What's up, everybody? What is going on, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? Good morning, everybody. um, it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Let me make sure we get this stream set up here. How's it going, everybody? Give me 1 second, guys. Guys, type in the chat if you have any questions about anything. Just a little over 10 minutes left until showtime kicks off. Miles, this year I didn't. I always do, but this year I didn't. I wanted to make sure that I was here for you guys, so this year I did not. But I was thinking about it. Normally, so for those of you guys that don't know, and I think Brandon also does this, Brandon Butch on YouTube. For those of you guys that don't know, for whatever reason, and I don't know how the tradition started, but after or before every Apple event, for the most part, I go run to Chick-fil-A and go get Chick-fil-A. I've been doing it forever. Brandon's been doing it forever. Brandon normally has a stream, and does a pre-stream and does a reaction stream. This year, the guy was actually lucky enough to get invited physically to go there. So this is like the first Apple stream that he's not live covering, that's crazy. But yeah, normally he's live doing his thing. But yeah, hit me up with some predictions before the show. We have T-minus 10 minutes before show start time. I want to know your thoughts about everything. Sorry, I'm trying to eat and do this at the same time. The other reason why I wanted to make sure that I would be here in time. But yeah, I guess I'll start out in terms of what we can expect. So for the most part, early rumors are suggesting that this is going to be, well, I guess at this point it's not really early rumors anymore, but rumors are suggesting that pretty much what we're going to see today is it's going to be very Apple Intelligence oriented. Now, for those that don't know, the launch of Apple Intelligence, or rather the reveal of Apple Intelligence, happened 2 years ago at WWDC. That was when they initially revealed that they're doing this Apple Intelligence thing. September of that year, with the iPhone 16s, they rolled Apple Intelligence out to not fantastic fanfare online. If you kept up with what happened there, you'll know that, it didn't exactly have the most fantastic rollout, is what I'll tell you. The other thing is, I'm noticing that I should shift down just a little bit. Probably should have realized this earlier. Just want to shift this down and make sure the Apple logo is viewable the whole way through. There we go. Okay. So it's going to be very Apple Intelligence focused. That's what we know. because there were a lot of Apple Intelligence oriented features that were promised that we haven't gotten so far. Things like the personal context feature, that is the huge missing feature that we haven't gotten yet, that got announced 2 years ago at WWDC. So the fact that it's been today marks 2 years since the first time they unveiled everything, and 2 years since we heard about a feature that still hasn't launched with Apple Intelligence, still hasn't come out. Personal context still has not come out. It's the biggest glaring Apple Intelligence feature that has not rolled out yet. So we're going to get that. Rumors and reports have been circulating about a dedicated Siri app, much like you would see a dedicated ChatGPT app or a dedicated Google Gemini app. This one would work in conjunction likely with LLMs like a Google Gemini and like a ChatGPT, and it would basically be Siri with ChatGPT or other LLMs kind of wrapped up together in a nice, neat little bow. That we're anticipating seeing. One of the more exciting things to me that I'm excited about seeing, one of the bigger rumors that I was excited about is potentially seeing a liquid glass slider. We know last year with 26, liquid glass was the big new thing, and what we did not get is full-on customization of that, being able to dial in and out the liquid glass, to our desire. We did not. That is something we did not get. So that's something hopefully we'll see. I'm gonna bring up Apple Stream right now because I'm assuming it's definitely live since there's a couple of minutes left. Here we go. All right. I gotta make sure this is gone. Unfortunately, I can't have you guys hearing it. Is the sound okay? Let me know. Apple's broadcast is now up. So that's what we have right now. Five minutes until event start time. 5 minutes. Who's excited? I'm going to put the link to Apple Stream in the description of this. Hopefully it's not that buggy, Daniel. Sorry. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. You just got a 17 for the beta. Wow. Can you guys hear me okay still? Who's ready? It's that time of year again. Let's do it. All right, guys. Who's ready? Who's ready? Stream is about to start. Let's go. What do we got? What do we got? How is Tim Cook going to say good morning for the last time? How's he going to do it? There used to be a way to pop out chat, but maybe I don't need that. Maybe I could just do it here. How's he going to say it, chat? All right, so for those that are listening, they have an intro video just like always. It's like a montage of scenery and stuff. Pretty cool. There we go. Yes, we do. I can't believe it's his last one. I can't believe it. For those that missed it, they're live right now, and Tim Cook is talking. Just started for those that are coming now. I know, Daniel. Same here. I know, it's sad. Let's go. Apple Intelligence and Siri. Oh, he's handing it off to Craig. Let's go. Who else is excited? Welcome on in for those that are just joining us. WWDC 2026 is kicking off now. Platform improvements. Okay. Well, we knew that was going to happen. Is there anything that didn't leak, Craig? That would be amazing. Dynamic Island for Notification Center. Oh, there it is. There's the new logo. I like that. They're going to do macOS first? Oh, probably the... So I guess they are doing macOS first. What are they naming it this year? What does the note say? Handed Craig a note. Oh, this is great. Okay. This is the first time they did an animation. This is pretty cool. I like it. Oh, there we go. What is it? Called what? What is happening? This is amazing. Golden Gate. Oh. That's cool. macOS Golden Gate. I guess that's what they're going to do first. There you go. Stability improvements. That's what we needed. Stability improvements. That's what we needed. Oh, yeah, that was cool, Daniel. All right, here we go. New windows with curvature in Vision OS, dual camera and FaceTime. Customized liquid glass? Let's go. Okay, there was a bunch of Easter eggs in those texts. Okay. What did they do, though? Watch this be the jailbreak update. Design. Okay. Is this Mac OS or is this just everything in general? They're going to let you customize liquid glass, I assume. There you go. Give us the liquid glass slider. We know you did. We know you did. Okay. Yeah, so you're going to give us the option to customize it fully. Let's go. Liquid glass customization. Yes! Liquid glass customization slider. Let's go. That's literally what we wanted. All right. Perfect. Okay. That's pretty cool. So they're just talking about the design overall. So there's a liquid glass slider, which is confirmed. That's what we wanted. Perfect. Yeah, that looks beautiful. I don't understand all of the hate that liquid glass gets. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's beautiful. I saw dual FaceTime camera. That was interesting. What else did they do? Oh wait, app icons. Oh my god, imagine they let us theme it. I will lose my mind. What are they doing with it? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's sick. Liquid glass inside of icons. Alright. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna look beautiful. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Alright, is there anything new that we see other than that? I don't think so. Okay, so that was design. Digging into the fundamentals. They're gonna make it stabler. This is what we needed, by the way. Thank God. So, for everyone saying how unstable everything is, here you go. You're welcome. Perfect. Yeah, that is unbelievable. Interesting. If you force quit out of apps, though, it's probably not going to be as good. Daniel, I don't know. That's an interesting question. That I don't know about. All right, so performance enhancements and performance improvements across the board. That's really good to hear. What? I'll believe that when I see it. Faster airdrop transfers up to 80%. That's nuts. And 5 times faster browsing and transferring I mean, we'll see. That's crazy. For older iPhones. Okay. This is interesting. Nokia guy, what's up? Thanks for coming into the stream. Well, Nokia guy, welcome on in. We're reacting to WWDC live, and performance improvement seems to be across the board, which is exciting. Efficiency, performance, that's what they're talking about right now. And liquid glass customized slider. Yeah, iOS 27 supported on iPhone 11 and all of the same models as iOS 26. Wow. So no phones lost support this year. That's different than the rumors. Let's go. No phones lose support this year. All the way down to the iPhone 11 is supported. No phones lose support. That's huge. That's a big deal, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that. Did anybody on Twitter catch all the amount of text? One last area. Oh my god, imagine it's multitasking. I'll lose my mind. Okay. All right. That might have been too much of an ask for multitasking. We'll see. Yeah, I agree, Daniel. Let's go. So they're going to be like, search with Apple Intelligence. That's what it's going to be. This is interesting. Powered by Apple Intelligence. Yeah, I don't know. All right, there's always a few things that bog the presentation down. Normally we have to wait until watchOS, but all right, they're past talking about search. Great features. All right, so new features. That's good. Some we've been hearing about from you. All right. Photos, iCloud shared. Oh, wow. iCloud photo sharing on Android. That's a big deal. And full resolution. That's going to be a big deal for people that are not on iPhone. But yeah, iCloud photo sharing comes to Android. That's cool. What do you guys think of WWDC so far? We are 16 minutes in. What do we think so far? Custom EQ on AirPods? Yo, let's go. All right. That's not a feature that leaked. Custom EQ on AirPods. That's hype. Apple Vision Pro. What are we talking about? Panoramas with spatial scenes. Okay, what else? Imagine they're like introducing the Vision Air. Oh, that's sick. You can use panoramas as environments on Vision OS. That's cool. Wow. Flyover looks good. Yeah, Daniel, EQ comes to AirPods. That was a feature I was not expecting. Yeah, that's a big deal. Daniel, probably not. What else they got? Trust and safety. So this is the interesting thing. It's the all of the OSs together. They're not going iOS, macOS. It's all of them together. That's the way that they're talking about it right now. This is privacy protection, I guess. But that's a huge feature, guys. EQ for iPod for AirPods. That's huge. All right, so these are privacy and safety features that they're talking about right now. We are 18 minutes in. What do we think about WW this year so far? What do you guys think? Do we think there's going to be a one more thing today? I don't know. Daniel, I am too. I didn't know if it was going to be good because rumors were saying it was really going to be much more performance improvement focused and much more Apple Intelligence focused. They mention the Apple Intelligence stuff, but really just to mention, they haven't done anything on Apple Intelligence yet, so it makes me wonder. Should I stay on 26 4.2? I mean, we'll see, Nokia guy. If 27 beta 1 is good enough, I mean, who am I to tell you not to update to 27 beta if it's good enough? We'll see. I don't want to make my um I don't want to say too early, but 26, when 26 beta came out, I was like, listen, if you're on 18 sitting waiting for a jailbreak forever, you could stay there, but I wouldn't blame you if you go to 26 because of how awesome it looks. So anyway, I have no idea what's happening right now. I haven't been paying attention like the past 5 minutes. All right, what are they talking about? They're doing a lot of privacy and safety features. All right, creating a child account. This is good for teenagers that get iPhones ridiculously early, I guess. Some of these things, it's like interesting they haven't had them before. Why has this not been? Will 27 be more performance on 11 compared to 18? I don't know, Daniel. We'll see. They seem to think that it's going to be good from a performance standpoint. I mean, that's really going to be the test is how does that really run on the iPhone 11? We'll see. All right, this is a little slow at the moment for now, but this is good for parents at the same time. I understand. This is good for parents, but for majority of people are like, "All right, get to other features here. We want to hear about other features." So these are just more enhanced parental control features basically. Yeah. it's it's good for parents, yeah. Apple Vision Pro apps? Is that a category in the App Store right now? That's weird. This is interesting though that these are a new set of features. I mean, yeah, listen, this is a great set of features for parents. I can see why it would be useful for parents, but it's a little So this reminds me of when I was growing up, there was a phone, this was before smartphones. There was a phone that had like five contacts of people you could talk to and people you could add, and that was it. And it wasn't a smartphone either. That's like a similar feature to like you have to pick the people that you want to be able to add as contacts, and there's like five slots and that's it. You can't contact anybody else. All right, what else is going on here? For yeah, I agree, Daniel. At least this part is managing time on devices, time allowances. Isn't this a thing already? Am I wrong? Was this not a screen time thing? I guess not. Okay, so you probably can more like fine tune it than you were able to before. I guess that's really what it is. All right. Listen, as much as this is great for parents, I do kind of feel like they're spending a little too much time. They tend to do that sometimes. Whether it's this or Watch OS, sometimes they'll spend a little too much time on something. This is good though for listen, this is good for parents. It's good. Yeah. More polished. That's what I was assuming. Yeah, they're spending a lot of time. I was checking on Twitter to see what people are thinking about, and they were like, "Is it just me, or they're spending a little too much time on this?" Yeah, yeah. I mean these features are just more uh, fleshed out and more like bolstered up. I guess that's the reason why they're talking about it. Yeah, good PR, exactly. They're gonna turn off in-app purchases for kids. Is that the is that where this is going now? Honestly, I feel like they should because that's a problem. That's a big problem that people have. Just turn off in-app purchases for kids so parents don't have to worry about it. I feel like that's the big problem cuz a kid will like take a parent's card without them knowing and just rack up hundreds of dollars in in-app purchases. Like if you want to make an issue go away, that's what they should do. They should just turn off in-app purchases for kids. I have to think that's got to be coming. If they're spending this much time on that, like that's what makes sense to me. Do it. Just turn off in-app purchases for kids. I don't even know why it's a thing, to be honest. Back to Craig. All right. I guess they're done with the parents section. I feel like there's going to be a lot more stuff. All right, we are 28 minutes into the show right now. What else we got? Intelligence. All right, here we go. Apple Intelligence mention. Now we're going into Apple Intelligence stuff. Craig, what are we getting? Tell us. Sorta. You can dial in and out liquid glass and customize it. I don't think you could remove it. But let's see. Finally, personal context, I assume. It's interesting how now they're referring to it as AI. They're not saying Apple Intelligence. When they first announced it, they would never say AI. Here we go. Here's the vision for Apple Intelligence. There's going to be the new Siri app, I assume. Let's see. Architecture. That's the first thing. Siri. New Siri. New Siri, guys. Is it going to be powered by ChatGPT? Let's see what they got. New Siri. Well, all right. They're starting at architecture first.
I didn't get that. Could you?
Why? Okay, Siri just randomly. Locally run? Maybe. I don't know. Deep collaboration with Google. Yep, they're using Google Gemini for the model. Wait, so it's okay, so it's a custom model built with Gemini, but it's not just Gemini. It's a combination of two different things. Is what it sounds like. Image, voice, and text. Image understanding and generation. All right. That's crazy. There you go, Daniel. More powerful on-device model. You were right. That's a big deal. On-device Apple Intelligence. That's a big deal. Can they actually deliver on that, though? Can they? Personal context understanding. Here we go. This is the feature that they announced 2 years ago. That they still haven't shipped yet. The personal context feature. 2 years ago today. Broad world knowledge. Here's a page I found on the web. Broad world knowledge. App actions. Okay. Send an email, play today's hit. Okay, yeah. That's what we want, but like they didn't ship this. This was stuff that they talked about 2 years ago. On-screen awareness. This is the personal context stuff. Yeah. All new Siri. They gonna show us the all new Siri? On privacy, privacy first. There we go. Yeah. Well, so far it says that the privacy is going to be a big feature for this. You gonna bring out Bella Ramsey again? All new Siri. All right, here we go. Mike. I don't know if Mike, have we seen Mike before? I don't know, but Mike is going to tell us about this new version of Siri they got going. So far, some leaks were accurate and some things didn't get leaked. The custom EQ for AirPods didn't get leaked. All right, rebuilt Siri. Siri plus Apple Intelligence. Siri AI. All right. The fact that this took 2 years to do is crazy because they talked about this 2 years ago. Finally. Finally. More capable assistant, more conversational. Okay. Dedicated Siri app. All right, that was leaked. The leaks were right. Visual intelligence. Write with Siri? That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Dynamic island for Siri with liquid glass. That was right. Yeah, that looks beautiful. More capable assistant. All right. What do they got? Wait, there's an Apple Vision Pro app. There's a Siri app and an Apple Vision Pro app. That might be a big deal. I really wonder what this Apple Vision Pro app is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 27 Beta 1 comes out today, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know. Depending on how cool this is, I may have to try it today. That's pretty cool. What does this Apple Vision Pro app mean, though? We're now 38 minutes into the presentation. What do you guys think so far? Do a few check-ins. Siri AI.
Why has no one told me? I'm telling you, man, I've been changed. Clear the fridge. No, clear all the fridges.
On it, Jaws. And you can customize Siri's voice like never
Yeah,
before,
it's crazy.
adjusting expressivity and pace until it clicks.
Hi, let's find
Okay, you can customize Siri's voice.
say while you listen.
So it's not just like 4 different voices. You could change the pace and the expressivity of it.
Now for some directions.
That's pretty cool.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
Plus, we're making a big update
That's
to
pretty cool.
system-wide dictation with a major boost
System-wide dictation update.
for
All right.
capturing what you say from spelling to punctuation and capitalization. And because it's built
Are they gonna Sherlock Whisper Flow AI?
whether you're texting,
That would be funny if they did.
or thinking out loud using your journal app. All these updates to Siri
Ooh,
extend to CarPlay as well as
that looks good.
and that's far from all. We're going even further. Here's Justin to tell you more.
What else are they doing with Apple Intelligence? Let's see.
Much more conversation,
With Siri.
so it gives you richer answers and gets more done for you. This goes well beyond quick questions or one-shot tasks. With Siri AI, you can ask for an in-depth plan, go back and forth during a creative brainstorm, get feedback on a document.
Yeah, this is all the stuff that LLMs do already, but
Plus,
that's a big deal.
experience for each platform. On iOS, you can
Swipe down from the dynamic island.
by typing. And of course, you can say, "Hey Siri," or use the side button to get an in-depth answer. Let me show you. I'm excited to watch the World Cup. Let me ask.
Okay, so for his iPhone, the Vision Pro app is not visible.
There we go. There's the schedule. Now check this out. I can pull down at the bottom, and I'm in a brand new
Oh, that's cool.
experience with a lot more information. This Brazil versus Morocco match would be great for a watch party. I want to plan a watch party with a Brazil versus Morocco match. Give me iconic dishes from both countries. And here we go.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Siri even included images. This is great. I would love to make tagine. Now I know my daughter would like to contribute one of her creations to this feast. What was that dessert Maria mentioned recently? Siri's searching across my phone.
All right, so the big standout features so far to me are the liquid glass slider, Siri AI, and the custom EQ for AirPods right now. Those are the 3 big features that they've talked about so far.
Bring this together for a one-of-a-kind menu for my watch party.
That's pretty cool.
Siri cooked up. I love the playful names here. This looks awesome. And Maria's coconut cookies are included here for dessert. I can refine this menu further with Siri, or ask it to provide me recipes for these dishes. But for now, let's get some friends in on the plan. Send a message to the Gold Chasers group chat, asking if they're up for a watch party. Include the menu.
All right, that's pretty cool. I feel like this is stuff that should have been here 2 years ago because this is all the stuff that they talked about. But
Siri called out the game. I can scroll through. I can edit this if I want. This looks perfect. Let's send it. There we go, done. So as you just saw,
that's pretty cool.
world knowledge, helped find personal content, and collaborated with me to land on a super original menu for the party. Now let's talk about Siri on macOS. It offers a conversational experience
Siri on Mac OS.
and you
All
can
right.
talk to it from anywhere across your Mac. Because we're integrating Siri into Spotlight. Spotlight is
Siri in Spotlight.
apps, files, and more. And now, it helps you find answers to your questions too. You can also kick off a conversation with system-wide context menus. Just control-click to ask Siri about images, files, or text. Let me give you a closer look. Spotlight
The ASMR of the keyboard clicks and the keyboard typing. That's useful. I'm going to laugh when they tell us that this works on Intel Macs because everybody was telling us that Intel Macs would not get new macOS support this year. I mean, if iOS 27 works on all of the older phones and doesn't drop support, then maybe this will also work on Intel Macs as well. What do we think about everything so far? What is your feature you guys want to see revealed and unveiled the most? What's your number one feature? I would love to see themes, but I don't think that's happening. And just say make it shorter. This is taking a while. Listen, I'm excited for the personal context as much as the next guy, but I want to know what else they got planned for this year. All right, here we go. Imagine they say that it's coming to Android. That would be crazy. If they announce it's coming to Android, that would be wild. They're not going to do that. The leaks were right. There you go. It looks the same way of that the leaks did. That's crazy that the leaks were like 100% accurate on this. It looks the same as the leaks. Okay. WatchOS, Siri. It's pretty cool. Whoa, alright. There's a new app grid on Apple Watch. That's cool. Alright. Vision OS. Siri is like a bubble. That's really cool. For Vision OS. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's cool. But why was there an Apple Vision Pro app on the phone? I want to know what that means. Nobody's been asking about that. What do they have going this year for the Vision Pro? Siri mode in camera. Has nobody else seen this? That there's an Apple Vision Pro app? EU Freedom Time, maybe. Whoa, alright, that's awesome. Could there be Venmo integration? I guess not. No Venmo integration with that. They're using a lot of this time to focus on the Apple Intelligence stuff, which is fair because if they actually ship this, this is a big feature that they've been waiting 2 years for.
So, if you're looking at a schedule, just bring up Apple Intelligence. It can suggest relevant actions, like adding multiple events to your calendar all in one go. On iPad, you can use visual intelligence to
Uh,
search visually
this
and
is the
ask
Apple
about
Intelligence
specific
stuff
events
is
in
taking a
your
while.
experience. Visual intelligence with Siri is also coming to visionOS, where you can ask about things just by looking at them.
Will this work as a carry-on for my flight in September?
This is cool to see it on the Vision Pro.
It can combine world knowledge and personal context to provide a helpful answer. Yes, the REI Flash 22 pack should easily work as a carry-on for your flight to Iceland in September.
Yeah, that's like a there's like a weird robotic tone to Siri.
Both physical objects and
That's I don't think it's supposed to sound that way.
your BOA hiking boots will physically fit inside the REI Flash 22 pack.
Yeah, Daniel, I did not notice the buzz before.
In addition to visual intelligence, writing tools
There's no way that's
can
like
be integrated into the Siri experience. So
that's not supposed to be.
virtually
There's no way.
before you type. Suppose you're kicking off a document at work. Just describe what you need in natural language, and Siri can generate a draft from scratch to get the ball rolling. And when you write with Siri in mail and messages, it can reflect how you usually communicate with a specific colleague or friend. For example, if you normally send your manager quick and direct bullet points, that's what you'll get when you draft an email.
All right, that's cool. So it's customized versus the conversation.
Just select what you
Yeah,
want
I
to
hope
write
it's
back.
just a bug, Daniel. That's crazy.
Siri gives you helpful tips and suggestions to improve your work. What's great is as you type faster,
Automatic proofreading.
Apple
That's good.
Intelligence now automatically proofreads for you.
That's really
You don't
good.
have to take an extra step. And automatic proofreading is available system-wide, including most third-party apps. Those are just some of the ways that Siri AI is deeply integrated across our platforms, putting a wide range of useful tools right at your fingertips. And now, back to Craig.
All right, Craig, what else you got to show us?
I'm here to bring you Siri AI, our new version of
We're
Siri
almost an hour in, by the way. It's
that's
1:51.
more intelligent, knowledgeable, and capable. It enables rich conversations and lets you refer back to it
But they spent a ridiculous amount of time on Apple Intelligence with Siri AI. Oh yeah, and the Siri visual intelligence stuff, that was all leaked correctly. Siri AI available in English to expand to more languages as well.
Let's turn to how Apple Intelligence is integrated deeply across your app.
All right, they're not done talking about Apple Intelligence yet. I thought maybe they were.
It powers
Not yet.
features to simplify
Now they're talking about it in apps.
from browsing
What else they got?
Safari to
What is that?
communication and schedule,
What is
editing your
what's to the left of the Photos app? I don't know what app that is.
features Apple Intelligence powers in apps. Here's Ben.
The transitions this year are strange, but interesting. All right, that's cool.
With Apple Intelligence, we're bringing you exciting new features across apps like Safari, Passwords, Messages, and more. Let's start with Safari. Safari was designed to help you move fast and stay focused on what matters. One of the ways we're delivering on that this year is a simpler, smarter way to manage your tabs. We all know how quickly a browsing session can lead to lots of open tabs.
Yep.
Today, Safari provides helpful
That's why they have tab groups.
tab groups to
Yeah.
manage your browsing. But it can still be a lot of work to keep track of everything. Now, Safari can use Apple Intelligence to tame your tabs by organizing.
All right, this is making me think that they're definitely not going to have this available for Intel Macs because Apple Intelligence is a Apple Silicon only thing.
And Safari keeps you organized. It adds new related
So they are probably going to drop Intel support this year.
of the day. You can close an entire topic or save it for later as a tab group. Safari also uses Apple Intelligence to help you stay on top of updates you care about. Sometimes we keep tabs open because we're waiting for something, like camp signups or a product to come back in stock. That can lead you to constantly refresh to see if something's been updated. Now, Safari can automatically
Wow, that's cool.
Natural language to tell Safari what you're looking for,
Notify me.
and then close that tab with peace of mind. And later, when Safari
So can I say notify me when my video is done uploading on YouTube?
all the intelligence
That's pretty cool. If so,
privacy first. Unlike some browsers with AI that tracks
that actually would be really, really, really cool to get like a notification that says that the video is done uploading.
not even Apple. Next, let's talk about how Safari is even more personal. Wouldn't it be great if you could tailor the content of a web page to your particular needs and preferences, like adding a button to the toolbar to save and rate recipes you've tried? Now, with Describe an extension, you can do just that.
Hmm.
Simply describe what you want in natural language, and Safari can create a custom extension that adapts web pages just for you.
That's pretty cool.
Works with the Passwords app to upgrade your security using Apple Intelligence. Passwords already alerts you about weak and compromised passwords, but going to each site and changing them can take time. Now, you can automatically update eligible accounts to strong passwords with just
They're talking about Apple Intelligence for a long time. Sorry, guys. I know that I haven't said anything in the last few minutes, but there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff to talk about.
giving you peace of mind without the hassle. Apple Intelligence also helps you stay on top of your communication and schedule with useful features that put relevant information at your fingertips across messages, mail, calendar, and the phone app, right when you need it. Now, Messages uses Apple Intelligence to understand the context of your conversation and offers one-tap suggestions, making it easier to
Suggestions and messages. That's cool.
reminder or a note. Or, if someone asks for photos, Messages helps you find the right one. Just tap Search for photos, and Messages recognizes keywords, locations, and people named in your library to find the best option.
For a second, I thought maybe the keyboard looked a little different, but I could have been wrong
Offers more capable suggestions
because it was like a second that they showed the keyboard.
with your favorite apps, including third-party.
I feel like I'm wrong, but
Calendar now uses Apple to let you add a
nah, it looks similar. Maybe it's a little bit different,
as you
but it looks the same.
Calendar identifies Elena as someone in your contacts, puts magic donuts in the location, and adds a title. It's also easier to edit events, so if you update a weekly team lunch to every other week, the Calendar app adjusts the frequency for you.
That's cool.
Apple Intelligence also powers a useful feature in the Phone app. Now, when you call a business, call context can proactively surface relevant information from across your app.
That's cool.
Call an airline to change your flight, the Phone app can automatically find your confirmation code in mail.
That's cool.
Has exactly what you need.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And the Phone app looks at who you're calling, not what you're saying, to surface helpful info. It runs entirely on device, so nothing is shared with Apple or anyone else. Now, over to Cecilia to show you a few more apps with brand new intelligence. Let's talk about how you can use Apple Intelligence to streamline the things you do every day in home and shortcuts. Now, Apple Intelligence makes it easier to stay on top of things at home, starting with accessory notifications. They're a great way to know what's going on, but they can also add up. The Home app draws on Apple Intelligence to understand related notifications as a single activity.
Oh my god. The notifications look a little bit more glassy. Well, but I guess that's because you can customize the liquid glass now.
The Home app can now use Apple Intelligence to analyze recorded clips from compatible cameras and generate descriptions.
That's cool.
And because it understands Apple Inc.,
Is anybody else getting a little too Apple Intelligence out right now? There's too much Apple Intelligence they're talking about. You guys gotta reel it back in. Talk about something else that's not Apple Intelligence.
understanding also enables you to search the camera clips by what was captured. Before you
I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of these features are pretty cool, but still, like, come on. It's a little too much with Apple Intelligence.
just looking for that one specific moment, like a package delivery, you
I mean, I feel like they literally could do an Apple Intelligence keynote with how much they talked about with this. Like make a Apple Intelligence focused keynote and not make it WWDC. 4K resolution. Okay. Apple Intelligence with shortcuts. Okay. Shortcuts is cool, but I never really like fully got into that. Introducing activator. Imagine. Yeah. Describe what you want. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, right. That's really cool. That's really cool. Wow, that's really cool. So this was possible to do before, but you had to know how to build that shortcut. And now Apple Intelligence will build a shortcut for you. All you have to do is just describe what you want. That's really cool. That's really cool. I don't really know what I would use shortcuts for, to be honest with you, but I mean, it's pretty cool. New image playground. Yeah. So they're adding they're adding photorealistic images. Why do I feel like they're gonna introduce video also at some point? Yeah, that's crazy that that's AI though. That's crazy. A clay animation one. That's cool. The animation's pretty cool. That's it's so weird how good this stuff has gotten. That's crazy. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, here we go. It's gonna be custom wallpapers. Like wallpapers. Yeah, there you go. Really wish they would let us do custom wallpapers that are not AI based. Give us nugget wallpapers. All right, good.
even when the scene is complex.
Generative fill and stuff as well.
Sometimes you wish you had a little more
Well,
space.
that's not generative fill, but this probably is. Yeah, this is generative fill.
Expand your images
Nice.
to give yourself
With extend.
breathing space.
That's awesome.
Straight
Yeah.
Crooked Horizons
That's going to be really good for thumbnails.
and we
There
have
are tools that could do that already, but
super impressive new editing tool. One that builds on cleanup and extend, and our deep understanding of spatial models thanks to Apple Vision Pro.
oh,
This makes
Apple
it
Vision
super
Pro.
easy
Oh, right, the spatial
to
mode.
add more detail.
Yeah.
Think about the composition
Yeah,
and
this
depth.
got leaked, but this is insane.
Accidentally framed a sign above someone's head.
You framed it wrong, so you can reframe it.
Step to the right.
Yeah,
Because
this is
quick
crazy how they can do that.
fraction of a second.
How do they do this?
Spatial reframing
Spatial reframing.
after the photo is taken.
That's amazing.
Let me show you
How well does this work, though?
Let's
That's
start with a
amazing.
picture I recently took of my kids. I love this cute photo of my son and daughter celebrating their last day of school. I wish I'd spent more time thinking about the framing. When I tap Edit, you'll see a new Tools option below the right. Here I'll find all the editing features that use our Apple Intelligence image model and private cloud compute, including spatial reframing. Let's tap Reframe.
All right, how does that work?
Once the image loads, you'll see that the UI is super simple. You can interact with the photo directly to adjust the framing. I can touch, drag, and the perspective
Whoa.
the camera in the original.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This capability uses on-device spatial model, so you can preview the
How do they
image
do
in real
that?
time. And as you adjust the photo, you'll see a blur around the edges of the original image, which will be filled in later by our generative models. And I can pinch to zoom in, closer, and there. That looks great. Now I'll tap Reframe. This feature is super cool because it combines our advanced on-device spatial models with our powerful image generation model on private cloud compute to create the final photo. And even better, it only generates new content to fill in the gaps where the perspective has been shifted. This ensures that the reframe photo stays consistent with the original scene. Here's the final result, and it looks great. As I toggle before and after, you can see my kids are
Yeah, that's crazy.
moving the camera down, and the content that was filled in looks so natural. It's like I was able to go back in time and adjust my camera in the moment they snapped the photo. So those are the new Apple Intelligence capabilities in Photos. And what's great is that these features work on almost any photo in your library, even older photos or photos taken with other cameras.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, back to Craig.
The reframing thing is crazy. Like, how do they? I know that got leaked, but how do they do that?
Apple Intelligence is
That's crazy.
so many of the apps you use every day. These new features across apps will be coming to all our Apple Intelligence supported languages. And they'll be available for free with our latest software releases. Some
I would
features
hope they'd be available for free.
have daily usage limits because they rely on
Bruh. Image generation has daily usage limits.
Cloud Plus subscription plans, which also include Apple Intelligence support for
Yo, you're kidding me. Oh my god. That's so funny.
Apple Intelligence.
Of course they're gonna make people pay for it.
Is more capable and conversational to new ways
Siri mode and camera, image play. Oh, that's what that new is. The new icon.
privacy built in.
Broad world knowledge.
Step forward on our journey to integrate powerful AI.
More expressive Siri voices.
Even more personal.
Some of these are really cool.
And that's not all. We're bringing many more Apple Intelligence features to
Personalized writing. Siri AI and CarPlay.
supported on the same product models that support Apple Intelligence today.
I would hope so, yeah.
This powerful on-device model and the features it enables, like expressive voices and more advanced dictation, will be coming to our most capable iPhone, iPad, and Mac systems.
Okay, so you need at least an iPhone 17.
Version of Siri today. And for customers, we'll be launching Siri AI in beta later this year. We're excited to hear your feedback. Siri AI will not be available initially in the EU on iOS.
Oh, come on. Siri AI not available in the EU? That's kind of messed up. That's a shame. I feel bad for EU. This stuff is pretty cool though. You can extend lock screen wallpapers too. That's true. Yo, he is always wearing a blue shirt. I love it. That's funny. It does always feel like it's the same blue shirt, to be fair, but I don't even notice it. That's funny. Oh man, Craig, I know you guys got a lot of Apple Intelligence stuff to talk about, but I want to know what other features 27 has. At least you can choose the model. Okay. That's big for developers, obviously. Device Hub. Oh, this is big for developers. Device Hub is really good for developers, it looks like. Platform State of the Union. Yeah, they always do that. This is it. All right, Tim is closing it out now. So they did it differently than they normally do. They did everything all in one. They didn't divide it up. This is it. This is, unless Tim does a one more thing. It would be great if Tim did a one more thing for his last keynote. Will we get a speech from Tim at the end? This feels like it might be the end, but I don't know. Yep, developer beta is coming out today, a public beta coming in July as always, and available in the fall as always. Yeah, this is... I can't believe this is his last keynote.
Today, and so many more still to come, I truly believe the best is still ahead. At Apple, creating the best products in the world to deliver experiences that enrich people's lives has always been our North Star. It's been the honor of a lifetime to help advance that mission with teams whose creativity, care, and conviction continue to make a lasting difference in people's lives. Thank you all for joining us. Let's have a great WWDC.
That's it. Shot on iPhone, edited on Mac. Oh, is there a post-credit scene? Appreciation, starring Eric the Architect. Oh, okay. So this is like a performance at the end. I don't know why they're doing this, but... All right, well, the event itself, I guess, is over, but... So, what do we think? What do we think based on what we got this year? There you go. So the presentation is now over. Thanks everybody for joining in. We will have a quick little discussion based on what it is that we did see. The event clocking in just a little over an hour. Without that performance, it was probably like an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, based on what we were assuming we were going to get in terms of all of the various different things, all of the leaks were correct. We saw that Siri AI app, and also now Siri for the AI era is AI Siri or Siri AI. That is the Siri 2.0. It utilizes personal context and all of the things basically for the last 2 years we've been waiting to hear about. Sounds like they're now finally going to ship those. Liquid Glass got a slider, and that's a big deal. A lot of people are going to be very excited by that. Honestly, the Liquid Glass slider alone kind of makes me want to like run beta 1 today. So I don't know whether or not I'm actually going to do it, but I might run beta 1 today potentially. The other thing that we got that was a big deal was a custom EQ for AirPods. That's a really big deal. And then also the spatial reframe thing was really cool. Nothing new I really need right now. Not going to update yet. So the really weird thing is in the big bulk of the text, and I want to see if somehow maybe somebody screenshotted that. Maybe I can find a picture of that. In the very beginning, when I don't know the woman's name, but in the very beginning, when the woman was on screen and said, we have a bunch of new Apple Intelligence stuff and we have a bunch of new features, and it flashed up on the screen a bunch of like text that said a bunch of different things. There was like a million things. One of the things I remembered reading was something like dual camera support for FaceTime. And that was, I mean, it was only up on the screen for a few seconds, so I didn't really get a good look at what it is. Maybe somebody found that, or if not, I wonder. Okay, so Apple's WWDC stream is archived on YouTube now. It's up on YouTube. So I'm going to scrub through and see if I can find the exact frame that I'm talking about and see if I can read anything. Okay, here we go. So this was like a little over 8 minutes in. And she was talking about scoured every part of the OS for opportunities to refine our systems. So they were talking about system refinements. Let's see. Okay. So in this so far, I mean, there's so many. There's like text there's like a million different things here. Let's see. Okay. iPhone app resizing in iPadOS, custom slideshows and I mean, there's like a million things all over here. Dual camera and FaceTime. Okay, so I did see that. Switch between two iPhone devices with the same number. Faster now playing view. Yeah, it's just they did things really different and really weird this year, where they didn't divvy it up across the OSs. Normally, what they do is, all right, here's Craig, and Craig is going to talk about iOS and macOS, and then Craig at the end of that sends it over to somebody else for watchOS, and somebody else talks about visionOS. But this year they did it very, very, very differently. They talked about all of the OSs in one, and they didn't divvy it up like they normally do. So it actually makes me wonder what the future is for that. Are we going to see one unified OS at some point soon? Because the fact that they did that way differently this year is strange. I mean, yeah, they didn't say Miles, they didn't say anything about tvOS. I mean, there was hardly a visionOS mention. The only time that there was a visionOS mention was those two things, the being able to use any photo that's a panorama as an environment. I mean, that's a really big deal, but that was a mention, and then the new Siri interface on visionOS. Besides those two things, visionOS did not get a mention at all besides those two things. But those two things are also big features, so maybe that's all that's new in visionOS. But yeah, I mean, watchOS barely got a mention except for the new like app icon grid that they showed. And then what didn't get so those did get a mention, but what didn't get a mention at all is tvOS. I mean, that's not unique to being the case, obviously. Like, that's stuff I feel like that we're very used to. Let's see, what else? Okay. All right. So this is all of the, okay, larger text size, and all right. Oh, there is so much here. Okay. Drawing in freeform in macOS. Show borders for macOS accessibility. Okay, that's audio mini player in CarPlay. That's cool. Quick path and typing suggestions. No. Smoother unlocking on iPhone. Okay, I mean, that doesn't really... Gym kit on iPhone. So they did a bunch of stuff here where they... DRM video support and iPhone mirroring. I mean, DRM support is already a thing. Widget for Mac virtual display in visionOS. Yeah, see, so what they did here, and this is what I'm reading as well, what they did here is some of the new features in 27 they did not talk about at all. Like, for example, one of the things that they mention here in this big block is dual camera and FaceTime. That did not get a mention in the keynote at all, but it's included here. So let's see. Improved control center on visionOS, extra large widgets in iOS. So I guess there's going to be a new widget size in iOS. Updated video podcasts. Let's see. Is there... I'm going to keep... I'm going to hit play again. Why is this not doing anything? By the way, welcome on in to everybody new that's in here now. If anybody has anything that they want to say about the show, about what their key takeaways were, any of that stuff, let me know in the comments. I'm going to be going through it in a second. But WWDC just came to a conclusion probably about 10 or 15 minutes ago now. I'm going through this here to see if there was anything. Okay. New windows with curvature in Vision OS. Optional persistent menu bar on iPad. Search with shows and podcasts. Tap gesture on Apple Watch. What does that mean? Failed messages automatically retry sending. That's pretty cool. Updated app icons. Okay. Extra small widget vision option and widget. Bleh. Extra small. What did it say? Extra small option widget option in Vision OS, I think. Nick says, please go over that EU is not getting anything new. It's ridiculous. Why support the language and then withhold all functionality? Nick, I agree. I am in the US. I am not in the EU. However, I will say when Craig said that it's not coming to EU, I was disappointed for you guys. I was very disappointed because, I mean, how are you going to spend that much time on that and say, yeah, for you guys in the EU, it's not, we have no idea when this is coming. Especially after 2 years of waiting, because this has been a 2-year buildup. Like, we've been waiting to hear and to see and to actually get a chance to experience this for the last 2 years. So, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. It's frustrating. I mean, I gotta imagine that's law-based, certain things in the EU, but I mean, why for whatever reason it's a problem is I don't know. Miles, nothing new in watchOS. There was that new app grid that they showed. But other than that, I'm going to imagine probably nothing new, maybe a couple of new watch faces, but that's probably it. The Apple Watch every year, although I have one, it's never anything that I really care that much to know about. Obviously, the main two platforms that I'm going to care more about are iOS and macOS. iOS did definitely get some new changes this year. The one thing that got leaked that so far, they didn't mention it in the keynote. Hold on, guys. All right, sorry, I had to sneeze. Sorry about that. The one thing that they didn't talk about that was leaked that I was assuming we'd hear more about is and maybe I missed this, but I don't think so. In the camera app, we were supposed to be, leaks said we were supposed to be able to customize the camera app. Maybe that was stuff that's hidden and they just didn't talk about it for whatever reason, and it is a part of iOS, but it's something that was hidden that they didn't mention. Why that would be something they wouldn't mention is strange. Let's see. What else did Nick say? In the EU, we can get all of the AI stuff from everyone excluding Apple. Seems like a stance. Ah, well. Also, still no sync display iOS to macOS. It's getting ridiculous. The first part of what you said, yeah, it's very interesting for some reason that Apple holds out a lot of stuff on the EU. And the second part of that, I'm not sure what you were referring to. I did like the new Apple Home stuff, but no new hardware was heavily anticipated. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, would it have been awesome to get new hardware? Yes. Was that something that was rumored? More realistically, we did not hear any hardware-related stuff going into WW this year. No hardware as of recent leaks and rumors. No hardware was expected. That was more likely to be obviously a September thing. We were going to get new hardware. Because this is Tim Cook's last event, though, I was very hopeful that we would see something new. It also is a really weird choice that what they decided to do is have Tim Cook step down before the new iPhones come out, because I think he's stepping down like right before. I think it's like he's gonna be through the summer, and then I think they announced, I feel like they announced a specific date. Maybe they said sometime in August, but I remember thinking that Tim Cook was gonna be done right before the new iPhones came out, and that was gonna be really weird, because why would they not just include Tim in the new phone announcements? Let's see. WatchOS 27 drops support for the Series 7 and Series 8, apparently. Which means that I can't use it on my watch because I think I have either a Series 7 or Series 8. Ultra 1 and SE2. That's crazy. Oh, and iPadOS drops support too. See, this is weird. So on the iPhone side, that's really weird that they did that. So on the iPhone side, all of the iPhones that were supported by iOS 26 are going to be supported by iOS 27. On the iPad side, for whatever reason, iPadOS 27 is going to drop support for certain versions. iPadOS 27 is dropping support for 3rd gen 12.9-inch Pro, 1st gen 11-inch Pro, 8th generation iPad, 5th generation Mini, and 3rd generation Air. I mean, honestly, it's really weird that iOS doesn't drop any devices and iPadOS does. That's really weird. WatchOS might be a bit different because like iPadOS and iOS are literally almost the exact same operating system. WatchOS is obviously, everything is kind of similar. It's all kind of based on similar framework, but obviously WatchOS is going to be a bit different than iOS and iPadOS is. So yeah, it's weird. Apple did drop a lot of Apple Watch support. Maybe their thought process is that's gonna make people decide that they want to get a new Apple Watch, potentially. I mean, I will tell you that like I had the Series 0 from 2015 all the way up until 2020 or 2021. Like I had it for a very long time. And then, and I had no desire to get a new watch. I mean, new watches came out, they were faster, more efficient. You had like the all-screen design and, you know, it looked better. And it was just kind of like, well, I don't use the watch enough. I mean, I use it to look at every time I get a text or every time there's like a Twitter notification, but like I'm not really using the watch that much. So why do I want to spend the several $100s to upgrade my watch and get a new watch? I mean, it's just, I don't care that much. And there's probably going to be a majority of people that are in kind of the same camp, I would say. They talked about everything all at once because there weren't really any new features to talk about besides a revamped Siri. This is more of an OS 10 Snow Leopard-like update, somebody said. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but it's also, again, there were certain things that weren't talked about. I'm going to tweet this screenshot probably. Let's see. I'm actually going to start out. I'm going to start out a little bit further back. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to... Oop, okay. I was a little bit too slow with that. If anybody has anything else that they want to say, let me know, guys. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I will read that out in a second. I just want to tweet these two pictures here. Let's see. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, obviously none of the OSs have gone out in beta yet. That's probably going to happen fairly soon. Um, unless you guys want a liquid glass slider this second, I'm gonna tell you that the new stuff that's coming is not. I mean, there's certain things that are really cool, right? But nominally, it's not as much of a difference to where I would really tell you it's worth it probably. Um, let's see. I'm gonna tweet these pictures. Let me tweet these pictures real quick. Here's some stuff that seems to be new that wasn't discussed in the keynote. Dual camera in FaceTime is cool. Interesting that there's a decent amount here that wasn't talked about. All right, so I tweeted that. iPad Mini 6 gets the update. I believe so. Wow, but yeah, the keynote on YouTube, on Apple's YouTube channel, already has 2.2 million views. That's crazy. I guess a lot of people must have tuned in on YouTube, which makes sense, but let's see. So now if we go to Apple's website, what does that look like? Apple.com. Let's see. WWDC 26, new Siri AI powered by Apple Intelligence, expanded child safety features, and helpful updates all around. Coming later this year. So yeah, God, that's so weird. It really is just like an OS 27 update. Like they didn't. It's just so different this year in the approach, in the way that they did that. A new feature will also be the ability to color the battery in any color you want. Did they say that? Did I miss that? Maybe that's in that gigantic block of text. All right. Let's take a look at other things. So I mean, they really didn't break this up at all. But let's see. If I type in iOS 27. iOS 27 preview introducing Siri AI. Yeah, I mean, it's, again, the way that they did this year is so weird and it's so different. Like, it's not an iOS 27, Mac OS 27, it's an OS 27 update. So, what was your view on the Apple Home update? It's pretty cool. There were some pretty cool features there. I personally don't use any of the Apple Home stuff. I think it's cool, but I personally don't ever, like, use any of that. So, it's a cool quality of life improvement, I would say, most of the stuff that they showed off. 27 Beta 1 is out now, is it? Let's see. Yep. iOS 27 Beta 1 is out now. iOS 27 Beta 1 out now. So yeah, I mean, I would just wait a little bit, but so what else did they? This is going to be a big video for for Brandon to go through. Well, okay. Let's see. Also, did they New Siri AI, an even more capable AI assistant with expanded intelligence. Did they mention even more stuff on the website that they didn't say in the keynote? I mean, it's possible, but I'm going through here to see. Transform photos with spatial reframe. Yeah, that's we heard about that already. Design in liquid glass. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, all these were keynote conversations. OS improvements, design refinements, updates to liquid glass ensure exceptional readability with more uniform refraction and improved contrast. App icons are sharper and more detailed. Add a new slider. No, sorry, not add a new. And a new slider lets you easily customize how liquid glass looks, from ultra clear to fully tinted. Sick. So, I mean, we knew about that already. Yeah, I mean, and so this is one of the features that wasn't talked about, but something they mentioned here. Dual capture and FaceTime, and so many more, with improvements at the very core of the system, like an optimized CPU scheduler and enhancements to apps and experiences you rely on every day. iOS feels better than ever. So what does dual capture and FaceTime mean? I guess basically what that means is that you can use the front camera and the back camera at the same time on FaceTime. I mean, that's what that has to mean, right? Because, like, what else would that mean? Accessibility, voiceover gets new capabilities, blah, 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 blah. Enhanced flyover. Yeah, Siri AI will be available in beta later this year and requires an Apple Intelligence-enabled device set to a supported language, available in English to start. Siri AI will not initially be available in the EU on iOS and on iPadOS. Yeah, so that we do already, but let's see. Available on 17 Pro, Pro Max, iPhone Air, and iPad models with M4 and later, and at least 12 gigabytes of unified memory. So that's for the Siri AI stuff. So I guess it won't support any of the older things. What about Vision OS? What else? Is there anything else on Vision OS? New Siri AI, visual intelligence. So that obviously this is all the stuff they talked about. The all-new Siri app. Okay, I don't remember this. Bring 3D models from Mac into your space to preview and edit them. Although I feel like that's kind of been a thing. Turn your panorama into a spatial scene and set it as your personal environment. We saw that. Is there anything else that Vision OS got? I feel like there's got to be like hidden things that they didn't talk about. Spatial experience. Give what you love even more space. Explore new ways to immerse yourself in apps and content. Okay. Curved windows. Okay. Yeah, curved windows wasn't something that was talked about with Vision OS. Windows with curvature let you comfortably see more content. Now your favorite apps, including Safari, Freeform, and Multiview on Apple TV, wrap around you so everything has room to breathe. That's pretty cool. Quick look updates. There's a new environment. Thorsmork. Transform your space into an Icelandic aurora featuring dynamic shifting hues. No new Siri yet in first beta. Miles, you're using the new beta right now? Let's see. Expand Okay, so these are new things in Vision OS. So they really didn't talk about Vision OS 27 at all. So this is they put certain things that they didn't talk about. They put it on the website. Expand notifications with your eyes. Quickly preview your notifications just by using your eyes. Simply look at a notification when it appears to expand it and take further action. Honestly, that would be a really cool thing on iOS too, but obviously there's no eye tracking on iOS. That's really cool. So if you look at it, it expands. New look for Control Center. Your most important controls are now easier to access. Notifications and playback, core controls, and environments are organized into 3 distinct areas. Okay, so they redesigned Control Center a little bit. Yeah, they did a lot of like random changes to Vision OS that they didn't talk about. What's dual control? Dual or D-Well? D-Well control offers an entirely new way to make selections using just your eyes. Instead of waiting for a timer to complete, you can simply glance up a selection marker. That's an accessibility feature. New widgets. Customize your space with new extra small widget size. And place the new Mac virtual display widget anywhere to instantly connect to your Mac. That's cool. Yeah, so I mean they didn't talk about Vision OS at all. What about watchOS? Is there more with watchOS that they didn't talk about? Get to your go-to apps faster with a dynamic app grid, that we know. Open a Smart Stack widget with one hand with the gesture. Should we use the new version of iOS yet? I don't know. Mac OS 27 Golden Gate is pretty cool, though. That's a pretty cool name. Let's see. Did they add anything else to Mac OS that wasn't talked about? So far, from the little small deep dive that I did here, it looks like Vision OS got some more changes that weren't talked about. iOS, for the most part, iOS did get some changes that weren't talked about, but not as many. Let's look at Mac OS. Did Mac OS get anything that they didn't talk about? More refined design, AI assistant. We know all that stuff already. OS improvements. We know about all of that. Better spotlight search suggestions, improved external display support, app resizing and iPhone mirroring. Ultra-wide display support. Now you can get higher resolution on ultra-wide displays such as 5K at 120 hertz. Okay, that's cool. Swipe down to refresh. Swipe down on apps like Safari, Mail, News, Podcast to get up to date. Info, okay. Yep, so they did drop, which makes sense. They did drop Intel Mac from support here. So it's only Apple Silicon Macs have support. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to do it for now. No split screen. Let's see. What are people on Twitter saying? And then I think I am going to wrap up for now. I might be back a little bit later, but I think I'm probably going to wrap up for now after this. Let's see. What have people been saying? So far, it's just people asking how to get to the beta. Lung Inspector said, for those of you who won't be updating to 27 today and are on 26.0.1 and earlier. Okay, so there's a new... This is his new project. Let's see. What features can you have? Let's see. Font customizer, 3-app bypass, OTA updates, mobile gestalt, liquid glass, springboard tweaks. I don't really care about, obviously, don't really care about the mobile gestalt stuff. Why is that a big deal at this point? I feel like it's not. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. It's pretty much it for now. I will be live at some point again, but yeah, that was WWDC 2026. So listen, not as good as WWDC this year or last year, in my opinion, for 2025. I believe overall WWDC 2025 was a little bit more of a stronger WWDC. I honestly think the last 2 years have been a little bit more strong because was the year before that, or maybe it was the year before that. Maybe it was 2023. Maybe it was WWDC 2023 Vision Pro. Was that when they did Vision Pro? Yeah. So WWDC 2023 with the Vision Pro, one more thing, that was really, really cool. Since then, I guess 24, I don't really remember 24, so I guess 24 wasn't really that memorable. 25, though, last year with Liquid Glass, that was a big deal. But I guess actually 24 was the Apple Intelligence one. I guess that's what it was, but it wasn't really that memorable, to be honest. But yeah, honestly, it'll be very interesting to see how many features and just what exactly you can do in Beta 1 that wasn't discussed and wasn't talked about yet. So we'll see. But with that being said, I will be live for like a few more minutes, and then I think I'm going to start to wrap this thing up for now. But yeah, the early rumors were suggesting obviously we would get like a liquid glass slider and a couple of other things. For me, the liquid glass slider and the spatial reframe stuff, those two things were really, really, really cool. And I think that's enough of a reason to at least take a look at iOS 27. And of course they say performance-wise that it's going to be better. So I guess we'll see. But with that being said, if anybody has anything else that they want to say, let me know. But I think I'm going to get off here pretty soon. And that'll wrap up the WWDC 2026 coverage for now. But yeah, I appreciate everybody so much for tuning in here and being a part of the stream and reacting live with us. This time of year is always a great time of year because obviously the weather gets warmer outside, and we start getting to hear everything new, from the software perspective. And then just in a few more months in September, we'll hear about the folding iPhone. So that's going to be a big deal. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, so much for tuning in and so much for listening. I appreciate it, guys. And, yeah, have a good rest of your day, guys. Take it easy.